Hello Star Wars fans, in today's video I'm going to talk about my custom made Star Wars dust-proof figure cabinets. Hello Star Wars YouTube fans, many thanks for visiting my channel today, Johnny Star Wars. If you are new here today, please hit that subscribe button and the notification bell to stay up to date for future Star Wars videos. If you are an existing subscriber, many thanks for subscribing and many thanks for watching today. Thanks for joining me today. I just want to give you a little look at my custom made Star Wars cabinets that I made. I've put these up a few times over the years, either on different forums or Facebook or YouTube, and always get a lot of comments from people that quite like the look of these, ask how these were made and can they buy them, etc. So I decided to make these a few years back as I wanted to get into a loose vintage collection set of figures from the original trilogy, and I wanted a better way of storing them that was safe from dust, which is often collectors' #1 enemy, and I wanted to do it in an affordable way and an easy way, and try and eliminate as much dust as possible from getting inside and getting on the figures, etc. And the way I did this was come up with these cabinets, which are sized and based on a vintage style or original style Star Wars card back. So I think traditionally 6 by 9 inches. So I sort of scaled that up to what you see here and incorporated the logos as you see. It's possibly not the best use of space in terms of the logos, as you could have probably got another shelf in there, but I wanted to get them as close as to the card backs as possible. So that was my aim with these. So that's what you see here today. Also, some of the eagle-eyed viewers there may notice a few of my projects just down below there. So you have the ghost ship on the left, and then we have my version of the carbon freeze chamber, and my current project to the right, which is Jabba's Palace stroke Book of Boba Fett diorama as well. So what I'll do is I'll move the ghost ship out of the way, and then I'll just have a closer look at the Star Wars cabinet today, just tell you a little bit about what's going on with that. So just bear with me, guys. So I made these cabinets myself. They are made out of MDF, which is medium density fiberboard. It's a material easily available from wood yards and the like. It's easy to cut and sand. Does require sort of sealing before you paint the edges and things, but it's quite affordable material to work with. What I've done with these cases is I've made the frame sealed on 3 sides, and the front of the case has a sort of perspex acrylic panel, and that just keeps most of the dust from getting inside these cabinets and being a sort of a bane of your life in terms of having to dust these figures. And the acrylic panel is accessible, say, from the side. So the front of it is not hinged, it's not a door, it's just an opening. Consequently, because these haven't got much space between them, to actually move that panel out the way, you just have to move the cases forward slightly. So it is a bit of a pain with some of the figures that tend to fall over very easily, as they can do. I'm not a big fan of using stands where possible, so most of my figures I try to just have them standing on their own accord, really. So I'll give you a closer look in a minute. Let's give you a quick look at the other cases. So you got the Star Wars one. I went with orange background on that. Empire, I quite like the sort of blue. I don't know if that's sort of a reflection of Hoth or something like that, but that was the colour I went for with Empire. And then the Return of the Jedi cabinet, I went with the green, and I think that was just reminiscent of the Luke Skywalker Jedi Knight figure. Actually thinking about it, I think I went with orange on the Star Wars one, because that was the card back for the Luke Kenner original Star Wars figure. So I think that's probably why I went with orange on that one. So this Star Wars cabinet was the first one I made, and what I did is I got some of this sort of reflective chrome adhesive sort of tape. I think they use this for insulation purposes behind radiators and things, but it was on quite a wide strip and it was sort of a chrome-like appearance, and I wanted to use that to sort of replicate the original Star Wars card with the racetrack design. So that was sort of hand done and cut out, as you see there. And then when I went on to the Empire one, I got a sign maker to do the Empire Strikes Back red logo cut out of vinyl for me, and then the actual logo itself still hand done by myself, but this was made out of the 3mm Foamex PVC plastic that I use for a lot of my projects. So I cut that out myself by hand and glued that onto the case. And then for Return of the Jedi I did a similar process as well. So again, use the Foamex PVC, apart from the Return of the Jedi in red, which was again done by a sign writer and cut out. What I would like to do maybe one day is get these updated, maybe get a sign writer to commercially make something for me which is just a little bit more better looking, and I'm quite happy with how they are. Just think maybe you could get them looking a little bit better maybe one day. I'll just show you the front of these. So this has got sort of a acrylic perspex front. It's just something, I think I got these from IKEA as a very large picture frame, and that works out quite an affordable way of getting that versus buying from sort of a plastic acrylic retailer. Sometimes that stuff can be quite expensive, but IKEA seemed to do a picture frame that had this as the front, so I went with that as being easily available. So as you can see here, I've got half the front perspex acrylic panel to one side, so it just shows you the opening, and that, as I say, just pulls out from the side just to show you the aperture of the display case, and that, with being sealed on the other three sides, makes dust entering this cabinet very difficult, so figures stay quite nice and fresh looking. So a little bit of a mix up of different figures in here. I've got mostly original trilogy, but sort of got a few customs and Mandalorian figures, etc. Creeping in there as well. Got a nice George Lucas figure there, the man that created it all. But yeah, just thought I'd share these images for you today and talk about these cases. As I say, a lot of people often ask where they can buy them, can I make them, etc. They cost probably about £50 each to make, with the paint and materials and the plastic acrylic front. They probably took a weekend to make. The probably most difficult thing is just coming up with your sort of cutting guide as to how you do that, but certainly within, you know, most people's remit of being able to make that themselves. Seen over the years some awesome display cases on Facebook and different places people have had made or made themselves. Just to think, if you was to make this and try and ship it, it would probably cost, you know, a fortune to ship. But I'm sure there's room in the market for someone that you know, I suppose it comes down to licensing really, but if someone was to make these branded cases, you just imagine how many would be sold around the world for different collectors. So definitely an opportunity in the market for someone that's got the skills and ability to do this. But for me, this works very well. I'm quite pleased how these cases look, and as I say, they're always very popular when I show people these. So yeah, hope you're liking these. Hello. Just thought I'd say hello to him. Terminator. Hello, Terminator. But yeah, thanks for watching today, guys. Hope you enjoyed that video. Love to hear your thoughts and comments below, and I'll see you on another video very soon. Take care now.